don't know about you, but I used to be the overpacker, especially when it came to makeup. And nowadays I've realized I've kind of just surrendered to the fact that I don't wear a lot of makeup whenever I travel, but I usually will take a small makeup bag with me. And I thought it'd be fun today to go over what I usually bring, because it's changed a lot, let me tell you. Anyways, let's do this. I have a small little makeup bag here that I've had for years. It's not very big, right? Very narrow, and not large by any means. It's about the size of my iPhone 16. This is an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Let's get to the makeup bag. All right, so it's really full because I tend to shove things in here, and so we'll see what we pull out. All right, first things first, I have a makeup brush that's dual-ended, and this is inexpensive. This is by e.l.f. and it's the Complexion Duo brush. And I know that this side here is used for concealer, and I don't do that. I don't use it for that. I actually use it for eyeshadow. And this side is just kind of a multi-purpose. I use it for blush, I use it for powder. I try not to take too many brushes with me because it just gets ruined. And next one, I have some lash adhesive. I do wear false lashes because I don't like to be bothered with mascara. And I feel like mascara doesn't do enough because my eyelashes are pretty sparse now. And so I do use false lashes. And oftentimes, if I'm just going to do like an overnight stay, I'll leave them on. And much like the Lashify, those types of 1 week wear type lashes, I'll try to do that so that way I have that longevity. And sometimes, believe it or not, ladies, a good set of lashes can make it so that you don't even have to wear makeup, right? You kind of just feel a little bit put together. So that's kind of like my little vacation hack. But yes, lash adhesive just in case. I have an eyebrow pencil here. This is by Maybelline Total Temptation, and I don't even know if they make this anymore. I'm the type of person that will buy many of the same products because I don't like to run out, and I can't be bothered with running to the store just to get it. So I usually get these through like Amazon, like on Subscribe and Save. But I don't even know what happened to the other end of this, but there is a spoolie on one end, and of course the product here on the other side. This is deep brown. And next is an eyeliner. This is by L'Oreal, the Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner. Now, over time, I have really cut back on the use of eyeliner. And if I use this, I really try to get it as close to the lashes. It's not so much on the waterline any longer because it does irritate my eyes. My eyes are a lot drier now, and so I can't just put it on the waterline. I have to get it really, really close to the lashes and just kind of smudge it out. But I do have it in black. That's what I've always used. I've tried using brown, and it just doesn't do it for me. There's something about using black, and I think it's because of my coloring. Black just works really well for me. All right, next I have, okay, really interesting here. I have this sampler size jar of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and I've used the cream from here already. It's gone, and I kept the little jar here, and I actually put, if I can open it and not make a mess, I actually put a little bit of foundation in it. All right, and you can tell I don't even have much in there. I think I just have remnants, and that kind of tells you how little of the foundation I use, of any kind of foundation that I use. And yesterday I made a video about the 3 different BB cream CC creams that I use, and I do have a favorite, which is the Misha, and that's what I have in here, and it's pretty much gone. So I'll just put a couple of pumps in here just to kind of dot all over my face, because like I said, I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup when I'm on vacation. Usually I'll do it if like I have to go out to dinner or something like that and I want to look presentable, but just judging by the size of this thing, I mean, I don't use very much, and the fact that it's empty tells you that I haven't used much of it at all either. Next, I have a small sample size of the NARS blush. right here. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Anyways, this is a nice kind of, I don't know, kind of a dusty rose, I guess, maybe, or I'm not very good at describing it, but this is it's spelled Goulue, Goulue. But anyways, it's by NARS, and the only reason, I mean, obviously the only reason I have this is because it is kind of a sampler size. It's really mini, and so I guess it's not a sampler size, it's a mini, and it works. That's all I need, and I'm cool with it. I don't feel the need to have to bring another type of blush, because it's kind of like an all, like you can use it for multi-purpose, right? It could be for dinner, it could be for daytime, if that's what you choose, right? So I try to pick a color that's not too much on either extreme, or it's too peachy or too rosy, okay? And I have one eyeshadow, and again, I only use these makeup products like when I'm going out for dinner or something like that, but if we're going out to breakfast, it's kind of like what you see is what you get, you know? All right, this is MAC in Saddle, and it's a kind of a really pretty brown color. It's a little bit darker than a bronzer, and I do use a bronzer as eyeshadow because sometimes I'm lazy. So I'll just kind of use this end for the bronzer and then flip it around and use this end and just get it kind of in the creases so of my eyelids, and that works, you know, pretty well. But if I want to kind of darken it up a little bit, I'll use this Saddle color. All right, and I have another kind of, this is like a gift, an old gift package for a moisturizer, and I've used it all up. And so what I do is I usually keep the teeny tiny small jars, and this is kind of messy because what I have in here is the, it's like that CeraVe healing ointment. It's sort of like Vaseline, but I like this. And I actually put too much in here, and so it gets kind of messy. So when you guys do, you can't really see it, but when you guys keep these tiny little sample jars, make sure you don't throw away this cover here. I've made the mistake of throwing it out in some of my tiny little jars like this. And you actually need that if you're going to put product in there. It keeps things from kind of oozing from the side, especially if you're going, you know, changing elevations and, you know, you've got pressure changes. You need that cover on there. Otherwise, things kind of ooze out, you know. So word to the wise, keep that lid or keep that cover. But what I have in here, like I said, is the CeraVe healing ointment, because I'll get chapped lips or I get really dry around my eyes, and so I use this to just kind of help that. Like if in the winter time, I'll get like a little bit of a windburn if we go like snowboarding or skiing or something like that. My skin here will get really dry, almost chafed, and it's very painful. So I'll put this on afterwards, or even just on my lips too. That really helps. All right, now for powder, I use this, and certainly this isn't like a holy grail powder. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. I bought this totally for the packaging. Everyone said that it's really good because it's finely milled, and yes, it is, but it's wickedly expensive. So certainly it's not something that's like absolute 100% necessary. But this is in number 2, medium. Yeah, medium. It's so old. This stuff is like kind of a little bit rubbed off on the back, but I love it. It works. Again, I try not to use too much powder. This is just kind of like to give that little bit of a blurring effect. So I like that. And the other one that I like that's by Charlotte Tilbury is their lipstick. This is in Berry Victoria. And it's a little bit drying, so I make sure it's kind of like one of those My Lips But Better kind of thing color, and very neutral enough that it goes with the blush, and these two kind of complement one another. And so whenever I travel, I try to get makeup or bring makeup along that is kind of multi-purpose, right? So they always go together like this. Whoop, sorry. These two things here, the blush, the lipstick, and the eyeshadow, they all kind of complement one another. So that way I'm not having to overthink everything. All right, let's see. Oh, and I have lipstick. I'm gonna get that lid in just a second, but this is by Revlon. And this is kind of a dupe for another one of my one of my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and I think it's the Pillow Talk, either Intense or Medium, I can't remember, but I really like this. It's again, my lips have gotten really dry just as I've aged, and so this lipstick, see, it's really pretty. It's a really nice darker color, I would say. I don't even know why. It's a little bit similar to the Very Victoria here. You see that? I know that this isn't like a swatch kind of review video, but they're close enough to one another. This is just a little bit more intense. This, like I said, I think this is very much like the Pillow Talk Intense. I think that's what this is, this color here, this Shameless, which doesn't have a lid. But good stuff. You just have to prep your lips first, because it is kind of a dry, kind of powdery feel to it, but it's really pretty. I try to stay away from things like that, because afterwards I end up, you know, kind of suffering with chapped lips. Oh, look, I have another lipstick here. This one is Retro by MAC, and I certainly don't need all three of these lipsticks here. I would say that these two are very similar to one another. Retro and this Revlon Matte. Sorry, I have old eyes and I can't read. Shameless. Okay, I think that they're really great nighttime lipsticks, but there's something, well, they're different enough, but the intensity is there. So if you wanted to pick one versus the other, I would probably pick Retro for me, just because I've been a MAC girl forever, and I really like Retro. If you are looking for a red but not true red, you know what I mean, give some intensity to your lips, I'd really like Retro. So if you're my coloring, you might like that. All right. Look, another lip product. Again, you shouldn't bring this many, but I think what happens is I keep stuffing my bag and forget to empty it out. So you'll be surprised what's in here. No, we're not even close to being half empty. All right, I have this MAC pencil here, lip pencil, Velvetese lip pencil in Oh Honey. Oh Honey, I love this. I don't even know if they make this anymore. If they don't, I'm so sorry. But this is in Oh Honey, and I love this, all right? And I tend to, believe it or not, I actually really like pencils, because the ones that roll up like this, all right? Because I can't be bothered with having a sharpener. This one is nice because it rolls up. I have some other ones that you have to sharpen, and those don't get used because I'm not about to take a sharpener with me. But this color, Oh Honey, is really pretty. It's kind of a brown color, light brown color, so it's perfect for the day. And you see what I'm saying here? Like, all of these colors are pretty much close to one another. So if I were you, if you were trying to really minimize or limit the amount of products that you bring with you when you travel, I'd pick one lighter daytime color and just one nighttime. And certainly you can even use it as blush if you really want. I have another two more lip products in here. Oh my gosh, this is where they all went. I've been wondering where these went. Really, it took a video for me to do this. All right, this one is, again, another red, one of my other favorites. This is Del Rio. And where am I gonna put this? Yeah, see, it's a really nice, intense color. I'm not about to try to describe these colors. I would say all of these dark colors here, they're pretty much really close to one another. So that's why I say, like, I don't need all of these colors. I should just really, it's good that we're doing this, because I'm gonna take some of these away and put them back in my drawer. The other one that I have here is Capricious. I know that some of these have been discontinued, or they've created a different formula, something similar, but you know, don't go running out to look for these, because you'll probably be frustrated. Because I'm sorry that some of them are probably discontinued. Anyways, this one is Capricious. This is more of a pinkish color, believe it or not, but on my lips it will show up as a little bit darker, but it's really a very pretty color as well. But overall I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lip products. Really, you don't need that much. It's just because I forgot to empty it out. I was wondering why this thing was so stuffed and I couldn't fit my normal stuff in here. And it's because I have too many lip products, right? Now, my blush that I always take with me is the Estee Lauder, and I do have a few of these just because I'm one of those, if I really like something, I will buy extras. And that's why I'm trying to do the whole no buy. And I've been really, really good ever since I kind of had that light bulb moment where I said to myself, no more buying makeup. I mean, this will outlast me forever. I mean, gosh. So I'm really bringing out all of the new stuff and giving myself permission to use them, because I was pretty much hard on myself and I'm like, no, unless you finish this blush, you're not going to get to open up another one, right? And one of the Bronze Goddess blushes that I have, I mean, it was huge, you know, it was one of those massive sizes. This is just the regular size blush. And sorry, this is just a regular size blush, and the one that I'd been working on for years is like double the size of this. And so it took forever to use it up, and I finally went, you know, I was like, I've hit pan, I'm over it, I want to try something else. And so I've taken out all of my other, you know, kind of expensive blushes, because it's kind of like it's just sitting there, so I'm using it. This one is like I said, Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. This is in 03 Brazen. I love this color, I do. It's a little bit, it's really, I would say medium to medium deep, I would say. For my skin, it doesn't take a whole lot. I mean, literally, I don't sit there and dig into the blush or into the bronzer, not very heavy. I just literally take a little bit like that and just, you know, kind of tap it on my face. That's all I do. I don't try to sit there and contour with it. Also, the reason why I like taking this is because it doubles as an eyeshadow for me. All right. And so I can use this darker eyeshadow, the Saddle, or I can use this for something super light during the day, right? So this one right here, Brazen. Very smooth, I would say, because, you know, it's Estee Lauder, it should be a little bit better, right, in quality. I would say, let me get some of this bronzer off of this so when I stuff it back in the bag, it doesn't make a mess. Anyways, I would say that it is really finely milled, you know, that saying, so that it's not too powdery on my face. So I really like this line of bronzers. Oh my God, it's been a long time. The other one, I usually will carry a sample size of perfume, so that way, again, you never know. I like perfume. You know, some people, they're not into it. I love it. I can't remember, this is so old, but it's not rancid or anything, but it's a really good size, you know, it's more than just a weekend. I mean, this has lasted me a long time, and it's one of those really intense perfumes where you only need one spray and it carries you through the day. So I really, really like it. It smells really good. All right, so now couple of makeup eyeshadow brushes. I didn't even know these were in here, but I'm glad that they are, because I've only been, this is why you guys have to go through your makeup bags, because you never know what's stuffed in there. Eyeshadow brushes. This one I use for smudging out eyeliner or up here, you know, in the crease. I will usually take a darker eyeshadow like this one right here, and then put it just underneath my eyelashes right here. That works for me now, versus before I didn't really like doing that, but I'll put a little bit of black eyeliner just to smudge out near the lashes so that it kind of emphasizes my eyelashes. I will use these two together, and that's usually enough for me. Now, the other stuff that I have in here, I have hair ties, all right? I have, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. These have not been used. I don't want you to think that I've used these and stuffed them in there. I have like these dental floss things, these dental picks. I have a lot of them. Oh my gosh, because every time I leave for vacation, I take some with me because I hate not having them with me. And clearly, I've overstuffed my purse with them. I use them and then I throw them away. But I always have this thing in my mind that I don't have enough, so I grab a few and I throw them in there. I know that's kind of gross. And then I have a Benadryl, okay, and allergies, or if I can't sleep or something like that, I use it. And a cough drop, because you never know. I will always end up with like a sore throat or a cough or something like that, and then I don't have one. So I always keep one in my makeup bag. And then, oh my gosh, essential. Okay, if you travel a lot with a lot of people, earplugs. These are all new, and I grab a bunch of these. You know, they come in a big packet, and I always grab a couple pairs, if not more than this, because I'll use them, and sometimes other people need them. But obviously, if they're used, I don't put them back in here. But yes, earplugs are essential if you want to keep peace in your family and in your marriage, because sometimes some people snore. All right, and then I will fold up a bunch of napkins, or not napkins, Kleenexes, because my eyes will water, somebody's got a runny nose, whatever, and they need it. So, oh, and another hair tie, and that's it. It's totally empty. So this little guy, this little makeup bag holds so much. I can't believe it. But I could still even pare down this makeup bag. You know, I don't have to take all of these lipsticks. Obviously, these are so similar to one another that I can really just, you know, probably take one of these, and I would probably take Retro or a Del Rio. Those are my two favorites. I would take these two and I'd still have room. And that's why I usually will take an extra set of eyelashes with me just in case. And sometimes if, you know, like I'll put one in here, and lately I couldn't fit it in here and I was wondering why. And the reason is because I have too many stinking tubes of lipstick, you know. So just word to the wise, make sure that you go through your makeup bags often, because you never know what's stuffed in there, right? And the other thing that I would tell you that's been so helpful for me is, you know, getting these sample size jars. And if you don't have any and you want to purchase them so that they're unmarked, you can get a bunch of them, like for a few dollars on Amazon. And I really like that as well, because I do that for my hand lotions and everything, so that way everything is really compact. But anyways, this is what I carry with me whenever I travel. It's just a quick grab and go. And like I said, it's not very big. It's about the size of my iPhone. It's a really good size. It's very thin and very light. And I can just stuff it in my backpack or in my purse if I, you know, just want to have a quick grab and go. All right. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Keep these little jars, you know, for your travel products. Decant them, put them in there. And I found myself, you know, just I've reduced everything down to this size, and it's been terrific. The other thing that I forgot, I think I have it on the counter, is I have another one of these, not necessarily this one, but basically the same size, but I have face moisturizer in it. The other hack that you could use is, like, you could take, you know how when you get saline solution, like at Costco or at Sam's or something like that, they come in a box, and they always give you an extra contact lens case. I will put makeup in that and also a face moisturizer in it, and I usually will use something like CeraVe because it's a little thicker for my, and it feels good on my skin. So I have that in the compartments, and it saves so much space. And all you have to do is when you get home, you just refill it. So that works really, really well for me. But right now, you know, using like a healing ointment, like a Vaseline, and then also keeping my foundation in something tiny like this has worked a lot better than carrying all the big bulky stuff. Anyways, hopefully this was helpful for you. What do you guys like to take with you when you travel? I know that this is not necessarily as minimalistic as most people, but for somebody who is an overpacker like me, trust me, this is like amazing. Even my husband's like, where's your makeup bag? And I'm like, this is it. And he's like, really? But anyways, Let me know what you guys love to take, kind of like your non-negotiables. For me, the thing that I must always have is like a good bronzer, because I really, you know, as you get older, as you know, you get older and your face doesn't have the color it once had. And so adding a little bit of bronzer on my face gives me a little bit of lightness, and like I've been out in the sun. And usually if I don't want to wear foundation, I'll just put a little bit of finely milled powder on my face just to kind of even out any kind of imperfections, and I'll apply this on top of it, and I'm good to go, you know, and everything, you know, just works out. So usually a good powder, right, and a good bronzer and a lipstick is really all I need, and a brush, of course. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys usually take with you. And if you have any other hacks, travel hacks, makeup hacks for me, that would be great. I'm always open to new suggestions because I am by far not a professional packer. All right, have a great day. We'll talk soon, and stay tuned for more videos, because I just figured, you know what, I have a bunch of videos on hold and I haven't even begun to edit them, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna upload them. I don't care if it's not perfect, I don't care if it's not edited, I'm just gonna upload it so that way we can reconnect. All right, have a great day, guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.